Good morning, Rav Boisai. The Oilam's getting better and better at this. We're like 5.5 years in. Lat. Ooh, I forgot to do this. Do me a favor, Dave. Go to like the halfway point of this. I want to show you something very interesting that the editors did. This is special for Mendy Oyerbach. Go halfway. Exactly. Boom. Go. No. Halfway. It's a true story. Here it is. Look at him. Go back. Look at Mendy. Look what they did to Mendy. It's gewaldig. Look at him. It's unbelievable. What you do here is magnified to the world. Shalom Aleichem, what's your name? I like you. What's the shot? Where are you from? Lakewood, New Jersey. You always so idle, or this is camera shy? Geschmacky guy from Lakewood. Who else do we have here? What's your name? Shalom Aleichem. Where are you from? Westcliff, England. Wow. And you? From? Lake.
His brother.
I like you too.
Yes.
Okay, don't be. Let's start with thing. What's your name?
Michael Zagi from LA.
From LA, in the sandwich.
And in the thick of it.
It's unbelievable.
Great.
Gee, you know this guy?
Many.
High school. Wow. Okay. What do you got? What's your name?
Jeff.
He's Jeff's? No, he's Jeff's.
You have to hear his name.
Yeah, what's your name? Alom? Gadol? Love it. From? What's your name? From? Lakewood. It's a bunch of guys from Lakewood today.
He's learning here in Craigers, so we have to come here.
You couldn't? Why?
No seats left.
Oh, stop it. You came late. I told you not to come late. Who else do we have? Oh, you in the back. What's your name? From? Muncie. Okay, so you got it all. Oh no, we have these guys over there. What's your name? Harrisburg. Yeah, we met a bunch of times. And you?
My brother Reuben.
Shalom Aleichem, Reuben. Also from Harrisburg?
Yeah.
Wow. Sure, I'm missing somebody. Oh, we got Yonatan Eitan in the house. This is big. Everybody, whoa. You're looking good. Wow, Baruch Hashem. Okay. Doing the daf in the NICU with our newborn miracle baby boy. Thank you, Hashem. Rebellia, as per my sponsorship today. Please down for Tinoik Halevi Ben Hinda Ayel Chia. Was born very early, cord around his neck, had fluid in his lungs, respiratory distress, and dangerously low sugar levels. Baruch Hashem, his breathing has improved. B'ezrat Hashem, his sugar levels will stabilize soon as well. Fun fact, I fell a bit behind last week and made up 5 dafim in pre-op while waiting to be called in. So I'm now back on track and up to date. This reminds me, lahavdil, 1,000 avdals, but when my mother was going in for, it's called the Whipple. You shouldn't know about the surgery. It's an 8-hour surgery that they do for people that have pancreatic cancer. It's a very, very tough surgery. So you're sitting there in Memorial Sloan Kettering. The whole mishpacha was like, you can't describe the feeling. The brain is brainless. And then you have in the corner my father just learning. He went, that's his outlet. And I remember thinking that, how can you learn? Like, it's not shaykh to learn. You don't know. They tell you that a lot of them, they die during surgery. The surgery's not successful. And even if it is successful, it prolongs life by 6 months. That's the big, and you come out, my sister was getting married a few weeks later, and you can barely make it to the chas, and it takes a month to recoup. It's a whole thing. And here he is, he's doing 5 dapim while his wife is waiting to go to surgery. I know it's not pashut. Dear Rebelli, I'd like Doilam to hear a tangible story about why Daf Yomi is so important, not just the Daf. Why the Yomi is so important, not just the Daf. I'm about Tshuva, became frum in my late teens, early 20s. Today I live what some might call a modern Orthodox life on Long Island South Shore. My learning background is limited. I spent 1 year at Ur Sameach, arriving there unable to read Hebrew, and a few years at Shar Yashav. I began learning the Daf with MDY during Masechet Sanhedrin, and today I haven't yet completed a full Masechet or made a seal. You never made a seal. No excuses. Baruch Hashem, life is busy. I run my own law practice, and Ken Yerbu have 4 beautiful children. I've missed a few dapim in each Masechta. I was sure Harius would be my first siyum, but despite the missed days, whether because of court or long hours under a deadline, I stay consistent. Every night after minyan, I sit down with a big coffee and do my best to learn. Even though I haven't yet completed a Masechta, I've seen a profound change. Listen to this, Rabbi Isai, both in myself and in my family. My midas, Emunah, and Bitachon have all grown stronger, and my connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu feels deeper than ever. Making Torah study a fixed part of my day has truly transformed my life. Knowing that I'll spend an hour every day learning Lishma, doing my best to understand what I can, even if I'm far from being able to lane, has bound me to Hashem. My Shalom Bayis has gone from good to great. My relationship with my children has deepened, and even my work has improved. I now truly understand why Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, setting aside time to learn purely to connect with Hashem, because He's my Tati and I love Him, has uplifted every area of my life. To my fellow MDYers, especially newcomers who may feel discouraged by challenging Masechta, I urge you to look at the bracha of Chonin Adas. Yes, we must put our best ishtadlus to understand the daf, but ultimately Hashem gives knowledge. He teaches us exactly what we're meant to learn. Think of the bigger picture. This is about your loving relationship with your Father in heaven, who sheds tears of joy for every moment you learn Torah Lishma. I always tell my kids, you handle the ishtadlus, Hashem handles the results. Knowing that, it's clear, it's not about the daf, it's about getting a big hug from your Tati in heaven every time you engage in Yomi. Thank you, Rebellion, the entire MDY staff and Chevra. Thank you, Hashem. Wishing you amazing Shabbos. Anonymous. I don't know if it's anonymous or not.
This guy's like Charlie O'Reilly.
All right, it's a very good one. Listen, you got the approval of Mendy Auerbach. It's one of the better ones. Okay, should we start learning here? I don't know what this is. It's Thursday. I'm still flying high from having a schus to spending Shabbos with you in Farakwe, culminating with the live show Motzi Shabbos. As any Rav will say, you have to act on the inspiration before it fizzles out. So, someone who chronically came late to Shachar, started getting up at 5:45 a.m. to watch the shir first thing in the morning. Now I start the day with a black Gemara and arrive at Shul for Birchas HaShachar. Having left Koil a little over a year ago, I struggled with the feeling that my best years of learning were behind me, even though I'm only in my 20s. If you would have told me that after leaving Koil to go to work, I'd be getting up before 6 a.m. to learn Kachim, I'd question your sanity. Thanks to MDY, I now start and end my day with Torah. Looking forward to Shabbaton. Your Talmud Yisrael Lowy Sanhedrin Daf Beis. All right, we'll skip the rest. Masechta is sponsored by David Salomon, dedicated memory of Avi Mari Shmuel Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv Zichron Levracha. Anonymous, Nishmas Doidi Shlomi Yehuda B'Zichron Levracha B'Shmuel Chaim Asher Shokav B'Lomad Kochim Kochayev. Anonymous, L'Schus for Shleba Nochem Tzvi Ben Yent, sponsored by Skyber Capital in honor of our friends Meir Kovacs, Taki and Shamshir Slavrak, for the devotion to Torah study and the shir. Joe Gedalius, the Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius. Anonymous, Hatzlacha Baruch Nizivagashmis. MDY Coffee Corner, Day, Michal Zagi, in honor of everyone.
Everyone.
Shkoyach, Michal.
He deserves to sit over here.
Did you get a coffee at least?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay. It's not bad, the coffee. Machines are.
If I'm here, it's great.
Anonymous, Baruch Adli Dai, Baruch Tzvi, Nisim, and Shoshana Leah, Yehudim Yomen. I don't know, there's some like these LA guys from Eitan G, it's like, he reminds me a little bit of Eitan G, shtickle. Eitan G's normal brother. Tzvi Jacobs for a 4 shlema for Bracha Bat Chana. Daily sponsors, Jeffrey Rosenberg, in honor of Avraham Chaim Rosenberg, on the occasion of his bar mitzvah this Shabbos, Mazel Tov. Morty and Lisa Rappaport, in loving memory of Susan Rappaport, a survivor and a strong Jew. Wow. Jason Hacherman, for the birth of our son, Tinok Halevi Ben Hinda Ayelet Chia, may he be out of the NICU soon, amen. Paris Chaim Levin, Lezecha Nishmas Moreno, Harav Elazar, Menachem Man Ben Harav Israel Shach, who live in the home of my father-in-law, Rabbi Yaakov Zellingold, in Lunenitz. What is that? Poland, and had a close kesher with him. That's his Yahrzeit today? It's, without Peretz Chaim Levin, we wouldn't know anything. You did? Okay. Yeah? That's what you just said. The Bible was on Friday. I don't think I went to. I don't think.
It's Friday.
MDY Art monthly. Refuah Shleimer Rabbi says here in the house. Refuah Shleimer 4. Yehonatan Eitam ben Basheva Bracha. Refuah Shleimer Mordechai ben Esther. Refuah Hayelad Daniel Zev ben Ayelad Esther. Gishmak Daf today. We're holding on Daf Yomi Gimel and Beis towards the bottom. My time. If we look at the Mizbeach, if we could see it over here, it has the side that goes around and around, but it stops short over here, and it stops right over here. It doesn't go around. If we look at the picture, where there's pink, there's no yesod. Where there's green, there is a yesod. We're going to have a machlokes. According to Rav, that's the way it looked. According to Levi, that's just a halacha. There's actually a real yesod around the whole, all four sides. Just the pink is where you should not pour the blood. The green is where you should. Green go, red stop. But this mizbeach was made like Rav. There's actually there's no base on the bottom. And the question is why? I don't think it's not so, you don't see it so well. Okay. See it better in that picture. Let's see if I have a better picture here. Here. The green. Why is it the green? Why does the green stop short? It's only on two walls, two parts of the Mizbeach, and not all four. Says the Gemara, yeah, it's like 7 lines from the bottom. My time, Tayrif is a predator. Tayrif is referring to Binyamin. But Binyamin Ze'ev Yitrof. He's a wolf. Domer Rav Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak. Mizbeach oichel b'chelka shel Yehuda Amo. Very, very interesting. The chelik of Yehuda and Binyamin. Yehuda's chelik goes almost throughout the whole Eretz Yisrael, comes right through Yerushalayim, and cuts right through the whole Beis Hamikdash. And Binyamin and Yehuda, they meet in the Beis Hamikdash. And everything on the left side of this chart over here, the Heichal, the Kodesh HaKadoshim, everything is in Binyamin's area. And here, take a look. The blue is Yehuda. The pink is Binyamin. If you're on Kol HaLashon, I apologize. And here goes the Mizbeach. Now, you see how it juts out? That's not a natural demarcation of a border. It should be a straight border, but it's not. It comes out. Not only does it come out, there's a little bit of an amma right over here that comes out. See right over there, just pops out. Why? It fits the Mizbeach. Take a look. The Mizbeach, all of it, besides the ramp, all of it is in Binyamin's territory. All of the Kedusha of the Mizbeach is in Binyamin's territory. Yehuda gets a little bit of the Ezra's Kohanim, the Ezra's Levi, Yisrael. It's a lesser Kedusha over there. The whole Azara, where we talk about Tzafon, above the Mizbeach, it's all pink. It's all in Binyamin. The Mizbeach itself is in Binyamin. We didn't want to build the Mizbeach in Yehuda's territory. So therefore, there's no base where the blue juts into the Mizbeach. You can't build a base there because then it would be in Yehuda's territory. Yes?
Yes. But isn't a line in Torah?
What? Time out. What?
Isn't a line a Torah also?
They're all Torahs, yeah.
Right, so what do you say? It's not a Chelka Shel Torah if it is.
No.
They're both.
Oh, you're talking about Yehuda? No,
Yeah.
but the Torah calls.
Nah, I get it. They're both Torah.
Yeah. The Torah says specifically about Binyamin that he's the Torah. They call this is just nothing to do with anything. We're calling him the Torah now. The point is that we're not going to build the Mizbeach in Yehuda's portion. Yiddel's with us. He's still with us. Okay, good. So far, so good. He'll be with us, Be'ezer Hashem. Till tomorrow. Amar Aleph, halfway down. There's a little strip that goes in from Yehuda's portion. On. Oh, interesting. Mine says v'nechneses. V'chalka shel binyamin. Where in this other? I got to tell you, I'm just gonna. This has nothing to do with anything. I happen to be really bad at directions, like north, south. I have friends. You put them in any room, anywhere. You spin them around. They'll say that's north. You know what I'm saying? They have this built-in compass. You know what I'm talking about? If you're from New York, if you grew up in New York, you have no clue. You go to Chicago. You say, "Hey, where's the van?" They say, "Oh, that's south of this, Kenzie. Just go south." I'm like, no. Right or left? What are you talking about? They look at you like you're crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's 6 blocks south of this. What are you saying, Mishugana? That's how they all talk. Every Chicagoan. They know exactly. South, north. Because, no, it's Pashut because the lake is east. And therefore there's this line that goes through. It supersedes. And then north of that, I don't know what north is. Tell me. Oh, you don't know? Never eat shredded wheat. They start teaching me. And I went to Cheder. I don't know what you're talking about. In fact, my sister, this is not a joke. Every runway, I don't know if you ever saw it, has a number. What does this number say? This is very posh. The number is what it's going to say on your compass. So this 30, it's 300. It's 300 degrees. It's Kemat north. That's how you know how to land. Like so, they tell you. You call in, Cessna, whatever, Bravo, there's that. He says, okay, I want you to land on 30. You say, okay, you repeat, you're going to land on 30, Shalom Yisrael. Student pilot, what's that? You learn how to be a pilot. And eventually the guy tells you, you go by yourself. Pachad pchadim. Go by yourself. One of your plane goes upside down. What do you do? Go by yourself. It takes a long time until he's confident. Go by yourself. And when you come back, he rips your shirt off. It's a minhag. They rip your shirt. Okay, fine. It's like the second or third time I'm flying solo, and the guy tells me, I call up the tower, you have to announce that you're a student. The whole world knows you're a student. Student pilot. In other words, everybody be careful. Watch out.
Get up the runway.
Now here's another. This is a real runway in Dallas. I think this is. You see right over here it says 23 or whatever 25. This is 19. This is 190 degrees. This is 250 degrees. But they're next to each other. Anyways, he tells me, let's say, land on 19. Okay, we'll land on 19. I go ahead and I land on 25. To me, I don't know, I was a student and I didn't know what direction I was. I'm from New York. So 190 degrees, and I'm like looking at the compass, it's like not 100%. Oh, here's the runway, it's in front of me. Stop it, this is what he meant. Student pilot, please call tower 732, he gives me a whole number. I call up the tower. He says, "I might have to take away your license, and we're gonna have to report you to the FAA. You just are you crazy? What if a jet was coming into that? You know, this is not a joke. You land where they tell you to land. You don't just land on another this." He made me mishuga for a few hours, and I had to call this one and that one, and threatened to never let me fly again. A whole zach. I'm just telling. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm very bad at directions. So it says Dara Meyer. I don't know what's going on. I have to look at the pictures with you. Anyway. Here's it juts out Durham.
He's like got lost now. He just got lost.
He just got lost. He didn't get lost. This is Durham here, just in case we have a little. And I put the north up. Of course, the art scroll and all the Israelis they put everything backwards. Like south is east is on top, north is on top. Rabbi say north is on top, right? You all agree? It's Americans for sure. Huh? Oh, I have a riddle for the oil. I forgot to ask the oil in the riddle.
You don't want to get a cup of coffee.
This is the best part for you, though. You miss sugar. When Yidel says he understands part of the daf, that's the part he's talking about. I have a riddle for Yidel. If you guys want to this, who are the 4 people in Klal Yisrael that never ever sinned, and they should never have died, and they only die because of the Nachash, and you cannot answer Elimelech.
Yishai.
Okay, you can't answer either. Who else? Give somebody else. What do you say? Oh, you're on a different thing. Okay, great. I appreciate it. Anybody else has a name? Those who know, those who know.
Those who know don't say.
Those who know don't say. So the answer is Amram, Moshe Rabbeinu's father, Kilov. Who's Kilov? The Melech's brother. Son? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow, first time.
Says it. Yeah, don't even.
Okay, David's son. I got it, it's fine. And Yishai, David's father. So Mamela says the Gemara like this. Binyamin. Binyamin's Pasha. That's what we're about to hit there. Yeah. Says the Gemara. V'haya Binyamin hatzadik mistayer oleh b'chol yoim lenatla. Binyamin the tzaddik. Why was it tzaddik? Because he never sinned. He shouldn't have died. Binyamin was a big tzaddik, yeah. Oh, he's singing his own song about himself. Hey, Benny is a big tzaddik. Hey, Benny is a big tzaddik. Hey, from his kepelet to his pisalet. Oh. So, I thought it's fascinating that in the same daf, we have two different people, Binyamin and David, who are mitztar. And it's not a tsar about yourself. Oh, my wife is sick, and it's a Hashem have rachmat on me. It's a tsar for the Rebbeinu Shalom. A tsar of where's the chilek, where's the kedusha going to be, where is it going to lay? I wish. Listen to the lashon. Binyamin hatzaddik mitztar aleh b'chol yom, every single day lenatla. So they explained he didn't want to take away from Yehuda. He wanted Yehuda to have what he had, but he wanted the kedusha, he wanted the Beis Hamikdash to be in his chilek. Rav Shalom Shevadron brings a medrash, and he says that there was two brothers. One had children, one didn't. And they had two fields next to each other. So the brother who had children, he felt bad for his brother didn't have children. So in the middle of the night he went and he moved the fence over to give his brother more area. The brother wakes up in the middle of the night, and they said it's in Mefurish. It's in Koi Amru Chachamenu. It's Mamish Mefurish. Koi Amru Chachamenu. The other brother gets up, and it's urban legend. Okay, but here, I'm going to get to that in a second. And the other brother, he said, listen, I don't have children. What do I need? My brother has a lot of children. So he moved the fence over. And Hakadosh Baruch Hu said, oh, two brothers like that, I'm going to build a Beis Hamikdash on their fields over there. So somebody in the audience, like Nachman Seltzer, said, where does it say? Where's the medrash? So says Rav Shalom Shvadron, he says, there's another medrash. It's right there. He says, there are two brothers. One had children, one didn't have children. And the one that had children wakes up in the middle of the night and he says, I have so many children. Why does my brother need such a big field? He went and he grabbed part of his field. And the other brother, he says, I don't even have children. What a chutzpah, this guy has children. So he went in the middle of the night and he grabbed. He says, that's where they built the bagats. And he says, if you don't believe, he says, the two madrashim come from the same place. That's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. It mamish fits in today with the whole bagats that's going on today. It's in Moirdik. Binyamin was in pain over this every single day. There's a lefichach zacha Binyamin atzadik v'nase ushpezichon. I just want to pause it for a second because there's a shaila. They came to Rabbi Yashiv. A guy comes to Rabbi Yashiv and says, I got divorced and I don't want my wife's name on the paroiches with me. We donated the whole Aron Kodesh. I want to take off her name. We're divorced. Can I take off her name? He said, no, you can't. He says, but I don't want to be next to her on the paroiches. He says, great, so take your name off. Ma'aseh Shaya. No, just thinking about the Binyamin and this, and taking, not taking. So he became the host. He became the Shpezichon. Lakadosh Baruch Hu, he has the Kodesh HaKadoshim in his why? Because he's mitzvah aleh b'chol yom. Shenemar being safe of shachin. I just want to point out, it's one of my favorite parashas. It's a beautiful parasha this week, and it talks about Avraham Avinu being a great host, ushpazichin, and this thing of shechting 3 animals. I mean, you say, oh, he lived then, and what about us? How do we treat our guests? Each guest got a tongue. They didn't say, oh, but let them shear. It's like opening a nice bottle of Castel for each one. You Castel, it's to give chashivas to each guest. You're important to me. I'm going to shech an entire animal just for you. And what am I going to do with the rest of the animal? I don't know. So there's no refrigeration. 3 animals, bye-bye. So that each one has a little piece, 1.5 pounds of tongue. What? It's unbelievable.
You're talking about this, and it bothers you so much when a guy takes a piece of meat and walks away with it.
I gave the meat. Here, Imamish, I was giving meat. Just don't come and chop it. Okay? Yeah, that's me and that's him. But I'll tell you this. You want to hear Moirdik? You're right. But my brother, I was just in Farakwe, is unbelievable. I got to say this about my brother. He built a house in Farakwe. He was a Rebbe for all the years. Then he built a house recently. And when I was there, and he has this all the time. He has sick people from Eretz Yisrael. He had, you don't even know what's going on. Young couple, they just got married 3 to 6 months ago. Probably 6 months because the wife was pregnant, that I knew of. And the husband has the machla. They just discovered the machla. So he's going through treatments. She's pregnant. They just got married. Then Shana Rishona, but he sets them up. He has a beautiful place for them. And then there's another couple there with a baby, a half-year-old baby that had to have a liver transplant from the father. So he has the 2 chaylim in his house, and he's serving them, and he's taking them to the hospital. He takes them 5 o'clock in the morning to the hospital. So the relative was here yesterday. He comes to the share every day. He told me, you don't know. So your brother took him to the hospital 5 o'clock in the morning. Then they told the brother, who are you? He says, I'm the uncle. He says, there's no uncles allowed. He says, okay. So you deal with the Hebrew. They don't speak a word of English. Goodbye. No, come back. You stay here with them. Anyways, he takes them, he drives them, he makes food for them, his wife, all the Zevachim she'ein l'shayr. He'll learn from it. He'll learn. Akol panim v'ofen. V'naseh shbezichon HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shenemar u'bein kseifav shachein. Between his shoulders he'll rest. Meisvei. So now we have a few questions over here. How do you do the whole shchita malika of the bird oila? It's different than a chatas oila. Hayamoylek es roisha mimul arpa. Where is it? Here. We saw this a number of times. Glad to see. You take the bird, you give it a kvetch with your nail, and then what happens? In this particular case, because it's oila soif, you gotta keep on going until the head pops off. Shmak. Oila soif gets the nastis. I like the sound effects. How do you do it?
The whoa.
The whoa. And you separate. Whereas by the chatos, you're not allowed to. The Torah says mefurish lo yavdil. You're not allowed to separate. We're talking about. No, the head out, off. No, you go through the simon and pop the head off. Not like this picture. Oh, in this picture there's a head. So the Gemara asks a very interesting question here. I hope I don't lose Yidel here for 10 seconds. You're telling me, so again, check this out. He walks up to the ramp right over here. He walks up, and what does he do? He has to make a right turn. Makes a right turn, and he's at this corner where he does the whole malika. But take a look. There's no yisoid over here. The yisoid finishes over here. There's no yisoid here. Now, but there's a ledge. He's on the ledge. So what's the problem? So the blood is gonna, if the blood falls, it'll hit the ledge. Says the Gemara. But the Gemara says no. Ba'avir ba'amud the Okay, so for that we have to go to Rashi. So Rashi says, it's going to fall on the ledge. What's the problem? So Rashi says no, but since the Gemara says you're allowed to extend your hand over the ledge, you're sticking your hand out over the ledge. So in that case, the blood's going to fall, and it's not going to fall on a yisoid. And the Gemara's question is, why can't you tell him just to walk to the other corner and do it where there's a yisoid? Why do you have to do it over the ear where there's a possibility it'll fall on the floor and it'll be worthless? Omer Rav Nachman bar Yitzchok, Eimer kach yisnu. There was a deal between Binyamin and Yehuda. Avir de Binyamin, karka de Yehuda. This is the earways, you know. In Trump's book, if you ever read it, he talks about earways in New York. It's a whole shtickle Torah. You could buy your neighbor's ear rights. You buy a little house here, and you get a guy there. You're building a 55-story building, so you take the ear rights of the guy next to you down the block, and you buy his ear rights because he has a little 2-story house, and you transfer it to here. It's a whole shtickle Torah over there. So Binyamin has ear rights. Here we go. Take a look. Here's the ear rights. All the pink is Binyamin's. So anything done over there is great. And anything on the bottom touching the ground is Yehuda. Now take a look at this. Says Rashi, there's a little ledge, like a little shelf that comes out. You see that corner? And that catches the blood that falls off the Mizbeach, and it's in Binyamin's ear rights, because it's not touching the ground. You see it's not touching the ground? So that's okay. On the ground is a problem. That's Yehuda's. Is Yehuda still with us?
Yeah,
Yehuda loves this. She's back. Zog the Gemara. He might be in this room right now. We don't even know. We don't know who he is.
Yoshi's got to make a character.
Somebody contacted me just yesterday. He says, do you mind if I make little MDY menchies? And he mentioned your name. He's like, can I have like a Noam Fix and Nachum Seltzer, Eli Stefansky, little, probably, I don't care. Stick out, oh, talking, so there's a problem with Avodah. So maybe without noses, we got to cut their nose. Like a little knife, you cut the nose.
It's time to do it without hair.
With hair.
No, mine he should do with hair.
All right, it's weiter.
I like have a like side.
Oh. Avir the Biyokar says Gemara, "My loy have a loy yisod." What does it mean? Let's explain this concept. It didn't have a base. Rav Omar bebinyan. Rav says literally like this mizbeach. The base went around and stopped short right over here, and over here there's no base. Let's just do the picture again so everybody remembers. Like the green in this picture, it's a physical thing. There's no base. Levi says it's not physical. It's mental. It's halachic. In other words, the base went around all 4 corners. It was nice and square. It was a perfect square, the mizbeach at the bottom. Just halachically, you cannot pour the blood where we halachically tell you there's no base. You can only pour the blood where there's green. In the red part, do not touch it. But of course, physically, there's a bunch of stones there all around. It's perfect. You couldn't tell the difference. It's important to remember those 2 shittas because that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go see which shita makes sense, which one we have a kash on. Rav Omar bibinyan, Levi Omar bidamin. Rav says it was a physical thing. It was missing a base, like everybody depicts it, like this mizbech is built. But Levi says bidamim. It's just where you could put the blood in that. Rav metargim. So when it says that in the pasuk, check this out. Binyamin ze'ev yitrof says the targum. Binyamin ba'aret tishra shchinta. In his land, the shchino should be there. Ba'achsante yizbenei makdisha. So in the Gemara, one says madbecha, one says magdisha. Magdisha is the Beis Hamikdash / Gdusha. So the Gemara says, our Targum says it like this. I couldn't find the Targum that says the other way. Levi Omar Rav and Targum Bachsante Yizbenei Madbecha. That you could only build a mizbeach where you could build a mizbeach. You can't build out. You can't. It's not nice to build into your neighbor's. I'm not going to go into all the stories that I know here in Eretz Yisrael, but you have. They do. It's a shul. You're allowed to do it. You're not allowed to build out into Yehuda because the mizbeach has to be in Binyamin. So Memela, part of the Yisod is missing. Levi Metargim Bachsante he's been a Magdisha. What does Magdisha mean? Makom Mekudesh Ladamim. You're going to build the mizbeach in Yehuda's territory. That's fine. You go 1 amma into his territory because you need to make a nice square mizbeach, says Levi. Just what? The Gedusha is not going to be in Yehuda's portion. All the Gedusha is going to be in Binyamin's portion. That's why you only pour the blood on the 2 Yisoidas that Binyamin has. Toshma. So now we have very geshmak stuff. How Yisoid ha'im ha'halach al pnei kol hatzofon v'al pnei kol ha'mayrav. Let's take a look again. So this Safin is north, it's up. So the whole top green, that's one wall. Ma'ariv is the left. Never eat shredded wheat. West, that way. So we have two walls. Michael, you familiar with what I did? Landed on the wrong runway? You know about you ever heard of what?
I never did.
Of course, because you're normal. You know your directions.
I speak compass.
Huh?
I speak compass.
You speak compass?
Yeah.
Oh, you have it it's built in your head? You're one of those guys. Okay. Nabach, I feel bad for you. And if we go back to this picture, so yes, the green goes down a little bit. Darim is really in the bottom. So on the bottom one, it juts in a tiny bit, one amma that way. Ube Mizrach on the top, right corner, it goes down one amma. Amma achas. So, it says Mefurish over here that the Yisod did not go all the way around. What it says Mefurish, it's only on two walls and a little bit here and there. How's Levi going to explain it? Levi says that the Yisod went all the way around. Oh, so we're going to have to say that what this means, that it only went to Amma. No, we're talking about La Halacha, where you could pour the blood, not the B'mitzias, not how it really was. Ma yochel nami b'damim. Toshma. HaMizbeach hayo 32 al 32. The Mizbeach was 32 amas, like 64 feet wide. Al 32. It was a square. Now, according to Rav, it wasn't a square. Take a look. Only where it's green is almost a square, but then it comes inwards. It's not 32 on 32. Some areas it's 31. Take a look for a second. If you stand in this corner right over here, on the northwest corner, right here, and you're looking this way, so you have 32 that way, and you have 32 this way. There's only one area. If you're standing right over here, then you'll see 32 by 32. If you stand in any other corner, you're not going to have that. You're right. Toshma. Oh, so we have to be makdim over here. From here to here is 32 amma. From here to here, the ramp, from the bottom of the ramp to the top of the ramp, 32 amma. 32 plus 32 is how much? 64. The problem is, it says in the Mishnah that it was 62 amma from here to here. How does 32 plus 32 equal 62? 32 plus 32 is 64. The answer is very simple, says the Gemara. Toshma, why is it shorter? No. The whole ramp, with the up, with the down, it's all the 32.
No, but if you go straight, or if you go down.
No. Floor space. It's 32. They measured from the top. They took a straight from the top to the bottom. It's not what you're saying. I know what you're saying. You're saying that if you put a straight thing on an angle, you're not going to get 32. That's not the answer. You're going to see it in a second. Ninza perech amal ayisoy toshma. Toshma nimtzo poireach amo al yisoid va'amo al soivev. So here's the problem. Not the problem. The answer is, let's do this. Oh, here we go. Take a look. Beautiful. He did it in glass, so we have a better understanding, I guess. If the yisoid, this is the yisoid, and take a look at the ramp. You see how the ramp fits over the yisoid and over the soivev. So memela, it loses 2 amma. Yeah? Again? Anyway, okay, you got the idea. If I push the button again, it's not. Oh, here.
There's a space between the kaddish and the
That space is nothing. But it fits over the yisoid, over the over the soivev, where each one was an amma, so therefore the ramp loses 2 amma, so it equals 62. Akopanim, time out. You see that there was a yisoid over there. You see on that area of the yisoid, we're showing you over here that there's no yisoid on this thing. There's maybe a soivev, but there's no yisoid. See? So how could this be pshat? So says the Gemara. Huh? It's a riot to Levi that there's no Yisoid. No. There is a Yisoid there. It's a riot to Levi that there is a Yisoid there. Ema, Keneged Ami Yisoid, Val Ama Soivev. There wasn't, but it's as if it covered that area. You pretend that it was there. Toshma, the Tani Levi. Keitza Boinim Sam Mizbeach. Oh, this is Geschmack. Oh. What do we do before AI? You bring a form. This is how they pour cement today. You put forms. Nice. Sometimes you do with wood, or you do with metal. It's even nicer, smoother. You bring something that's 32 amma wide by 32 amma. The form is 1 amma tall. Or maybe you bring smooth stones. Now, how do you smooth a stone? You cannot use machinery, you can't use metal. So the only way to do it, you can't use the shomer, says Taisus and Amud Beis. So the only way to smooth it is going to a river and the water smooth stones. Mifulamas, they're like
What, a quick way or over a long time?
over a long time. Yeah. Being doilus, being tanis, doesn't matter how large these stones are. It's the opposite of how we built. Today we want a rougher stone. They wanted smooth stones for whatever reason. Or maybe sid. There's 3 ingredients. Sid, lime. Vikunya is lead. Vizef is tar. Umemachel, and they mix it up with shoifach. Vizehu mekayim yisoy. Rabbi say, check out this video. You're gonna love it. The neighbors fall, the neighbors fall. No good. This is the form. This lead, salt. Drones bring it in. All right, check it out. So to make it in fast motion, that's the base, that's the 5 amma, the 3 amma, and the 1 amma karens. Each one is formed by itself like cement. Says the Gemara. V'chayzu maybe malbin shu eser mushmoina leser mushmoina. Did I skip? Yeah. V'chayzu maybe malbin shu shleishim amma. On top of that, you do the next form. That's only 30 amma. Al shleishim amma. V'govi chomish ammas. And that's 5 ammas. How many ammas do we have so far? 1 plus 5 equals 6. We're at 6 right now. Or maybe Chaluki Avanim, he does the same thing, same stones. In order to get this ledge to walk on, so you put a smaller form of 28 by 28 on the top. And it's 3 ammas. So 6 plus 3 equals 9. So it comes out that the top of the Mizbeach is 9 amma. Where do you get 10? Because you get the little guys over here, the 1 by 1 chronos. A 1 by 1, a total of 10 amma, which is about 20 feet tall. You're standing 18 feet above the ground when you're on top over here. That's why, you remember that guy that was running up the ramp and they kicked him off? They killed him, he died, I don't remember what happened. He broke his leg.
And then they started doing this.
Yeah. We said, that's where they put the korbanos on top. And when he's done, 1 by 1, and that's how he builds the kronos. And he brings lead, the goyres, maybe the missed one ingredient, the zeu karen. That's what they do with each and every corner. Oh, so what's the question? If there was a form, the form was how big, Rabbi Isai? 32 by 32 on the bottom. So how do you have an indentation? How did this indentation happen? It's 32. It should have continued all the way around, like Levi. How How do we have this funny shape on the bottom if the form was square? The guy is, you're going to tell you, take a saw, take a wet saw, that's what they do today. You build the concrete and you want to cut, so you cut later. The problem is, Avanim Shleim is ksiv. It says that the stones, the guy is like, Avanim Shleim is ksiv. It says that they have to be smooth. How are these stones going to be smooth if you're using a saw to cut it later on? The machas midi mituse v'shokale. Look at this, Rabbi say, he did a great job. Of course, it was my idea, but whatever. This is my favorite ingredient of all time. It's foam. It's the worst thing created. If it gets in your clothing, you're done. It gets in your fingers, you won't be able to take it off with anything. And then, because you put the foam there, the water, or whatever you put there, so you have an indentation. Very good. That's how they build today, no? Oh, I'll tell you real quick, I said this, but I got to tell you. When we built our mikveh in Kensington, I was 15 years old. I was helping my father build a mikveh. My father wanted a mikveh in the house. We had no clue what we were doing. He just found out it's like $60,000, whatever. It's a lot of money to build. Do it ourselves, it's a big deal. Good sir. We crack open the basement floor. We dig. It takes weeks. You know what I'm saying? And we had Chaim Heschel. He should have a refuah shleima. And my father, myself, digging. We got a big, 10 feet into the ground. And then what do? It's very pashut. You build a box like this. You take this box and you put it into your basement, into the ground, but you hang it. You put beams side to side with bolts, and the box is hanging in mid-air. And you pour cement, and you hope that the cement goes underneath, because it has to be one pour. It's a mikveh. You can't pour and keep on pouring, because then it could leak. And with this vibrating machine, the cement goes under. You hope. Anyway, so we pour the cement, and Baruch Hashem, the box didn't crush. All these fears that we had, the weight of the cement, because I was involved in a job. In my family business back in the day, we poured for an elevator. And we're pouring, and all of a sudden in the middle, the whole thing crushed, and all the cement went everywhere. And we had to bring so many people to get the cement there, otherwise we'd never be able to put an elevator there. The whole thing collapsed. Cement is very heavy. Anyway, we're done. This we didn't think of. How do you get the box out of the cement? Once the cement cures and pushes the box with all its powers, I sat there for weeks with a hammer and a chisel, taking little pieces of wood off. It wouldn't come off. We didn't have. You're supposed to put oil or whatever they do today in construction. When they, these forms, some of them just pop off. If it's wood, I don't know what they do. They put some sort of We didn't. We just took plywood from the store. Plywood and cement, they adhere to each other, and it's like impossible. It's pulling off little pieces. I remember the sawzall going through blades. It was nerve. Anyway. Is Yidel still with us?
Yidel's now running away from the rats and the mice that came out from the milk.
That was murder.
Might as well do the sponsors.
Oh, might as well do sponsors. By the way, Adar Global was here last night because he said he's going to miss today. Sponsored by Adar Global, Elishos Rivzelvin, Avram Meir, Meisels, Zechron Levrach, Elishmas Review the Doiber, Rabbi Yisrael, Anonymous as Chus, Patzloch and Ruchnis and Gashmis. Hello, it's Friday. Where are you guys going on Friday? Judah Elisheva Batya Schlesinger, Atzlocha and Simcha for Yel Yudah ben Dvaira Elisheva Miriam Baschano and Batya Bas Elisheva Miriam. Zok the Gemara. Oh, so it must be that they put in the form this indentation. Rav Kahana says, these top guys were hollow. Says Rashi, a very interesting thing, and Taisa says, I don't understand what he's talking about. Rashi says, why were they hollow? That the blood of the Chadis should go inside. As Taisus, the blood of the Chadis goes on the wall of it. Why inside? Where did Rashi get inside? Pella. Al-Kopanim, he says that they're hollow. How do you make a 1x1 hollow? It's very simple. You put a form inside, you put the foam in, and then you pop it out. It was like a bowl. Hachanami must say, you cannot cut it with a saw because then it won't be smooth. You put something smooth in there, and then when you're done pouring it and it cures, then you pop it out. So too over here, that indentation was done with some form. In Hebrew, somebody said it last night, it's called a magras. Like Meloshem Migareya. You put a Migareya in there, you make it less. Interesting lashon. Dorash Rama, Ma'dichsiv. So we have a little bit of gadita. It says in the pasuk, Vayelach David u'Shmuel. David went and sat with Shmuel. Vayeshu b'noyos barama. They went to a place b'noyos barama. As the Gemara, v'chimayin noyos es Rama. What's going on here? There's a place called Rama. What's noyos Rama? El shoyu yoshim barama va'iskim b'noyos shalaylam. They were sitting there and discussing the Beis Hamikdash, the beauty of the world. Amri. So, as a side note, David HaMelech is running for his life. He's running away from Shaul. What is a person, if I was running for my life, I would be thinking, where am I going to hide at night? Where am I going? Where am I coming? No, he's busy. He's Isaaking with the Beis Hamikdash. I need to know where the Beis Hamikdash is going to be. That's a person running for his life. There's a Yerushalmi guy that went to the Maral. There's people want to kill me. He says you have to learn Midos. Midos. So Midas, why? See, he asked different Rabban, what did the Maral this can mean? And the Satmar Rav explained to him. He says because it says in this Gemara that David HaMelech ran away. He was Isaaking with the measurement and to figure out where the Beis Hamikdash was. That's Mistama what the Maral Diskin meant. Maral Diskin. So says the Gemara. You should go to the highest place. The Beis Hamikdash is the highest place in Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is the highest place of all the lands. So everybody asks, if the world is round, how do you have one place on a ball that's higher than the other? It's round. Some Sefer says because the world was created from Evan Shasiyah. So that area of the Evan Shasiyah, that's the first place, and the whole ball was created after that. So the Evan Shasiyah is considered the highest place in the world. And the Bavusta will say for Baruch Mordcha and the Maisa that happened with Mendy, Baruch Mordcha says, I don't care. Listen, Mendy, he says, Baruch Mordcha says, listen, our yeshiva is in Baivagan. And in Baivagan, the highest street in Baivagan is Rechav Yesuta. And I'm standing in the Beis Medrash, and my yarmulke is the tallest thing in the Beis Medrash. So Mela, my yarmulke is the highest thing in the world. Says Mendy Oyerbach, but I'm schluffing in my bed on the third floor in Kisuto, and Mela, I in bed. And okay, fine, that was a different story. So the Gemara says, so they're trying to figure out where's the Beis Hamikdash. They don't know. We know it's supposed to be on Har Miriah, but where's Har Miriah? I say for Yeshua, so they decided, you know what, in the Torah it's not so much for us. Let's look in Navi. It says by all the different borders of the different Shvatim, it goes down, and it goes around. It just goes up. It's the highest place. And Eretz Yisrael is the highest place. The Beis Hamikdash has to be in the highest place in Eretz Yisrael. That's where it's supposed to be in Binyamin. So they thought maybe they should do it. Oh, here, hold on. Here's the Zavias that he did. I missed this one. Sorry. No, it just shows that it had it's hollow. Yeah. This is Binyamin Yehuda. It's like a drone flight. You could even see the wings of the drone in the picture. So, Ein Eitam is 845 meters high, he decided. Har Habayis is 730. So it really should be an Ein Eitam, which is higher than the Har Habayis. It's a little higher. We should go a little lower. Why? It's between the shoulders, which is a little lower. Another pshat. We know the Sanhedrin is, check this out, this is the Sanhedrin, right? And we know, this is just a simple old chart, but I want to show you something very interesting. Where's the Lishkas Agazis in the Beis Hamikdash? Take a look at it. It's literally, if you remember, that's the dividing line. Remember the line that we had? Yeah. This line right over here. There's a line by the Mizbeach, right? We said this is the line that divides Binyamin and Yehuda, and it goes all the way down here. So where's the Lishkas Hagazis? This red box right over here. Where is it? In the portion of Yehuda on the border with Binyamin. So says the Gemara. Gemir the Sanhedrin B'chag Yehuda Shechina B'chag Binyamin. We have a tradition. The Sanhedrin is supposed to be by Yehuda, but the Shechina, the Kodesh Kodashim is by Binyamin. V'madlinin lei mispalik tuvim. If we go to Ein Eitam, they'll be far away from each other. Mutav the Netate Beipur. That's better. They should go lower down. K'dechsiv being safe of Shachin. This is why Doeg was so jealous of David. Now check this out. This is unbelievable. Unfortunately, we all have to deal with people that are jealous of you, and it's a very, very frustrating thing, because people that are jealous, when they are jealous, there's no logic. You can't talk to them. There's nothing, and they do crazy things to hurt you from jealousy. Here you have Doeg. Actually, you with me? You know what I'm talking about? People are jealous, right? Yeah, Baruch Hashem. So, Chesed Hashem. So, you have Doeg, who's the head of Sanhedrin, not a Talmud Chacham, the head of Sanhedrin, the greatest Talmud Chacham. And from a little jealousy, he's one of the 4 people that Ein Lohem Chelik Lo'elam Haba. From jealousy. Here it is. And what was his jealousy? For Gdusha. He's mamash kanoi. This kind of doeg adomi bedavid the kiddusiv kikinas beischa chalasni. It ate me up that you figured out where the Beis Hamikdash is. I was trying to figure it out, and that's why he lost his oil haba. It's crazy. Uchsiv zechar Hashem David eskol unoisai. His how do you say more than sar? His affliction, his pain and affliction. Asher nishbal Hashem. It's unbelievable, and this is the same. That's what I mentioned before about Binyamin. He was pained. He wanted it so bad. When you want something so bad and you do it every day, Hashem gives it to you. In Mavoi Boil Basi, if I ever come to my house, if I give my eyes any rest. Now they ask the question, if a person says that I'm not going to sleep for 3 days, what's the halacha? You go and you give him malchus right away. It's impossible not to sleep for 3 days. So how could David HaMelech say this? So the Shita brings that it means that I'm not going to sleep on a bed. I'll sleep on the floor. Until I find a place for Hashem. He cared about Hashem, not about himself. He's in pain. Where's Hashem's place going to be? Why does Hashem not have a house? So we heard it in Efrat. Mitzanub is the yar. We found it in the forest. Befrasa, what does it mean? Yeshua, they call him Ephraim. So they found it in Sefer Yeshua. When they looked for it, they found it there. Mitzanub is the yar. Binyamin, Zev Yitrav. Where does a wolf belong? In the forest. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day on Motzei Shabbos at 8:30.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.